Did you know the US Embassy in Moscow was used as a microwave weapon and American officials knew and said nothing? Starting in the early 1950s, the Soviet Union quietly aimed low-level microwave radiation at the building, day after day, year after year. American intelligence eventually found out. They classified it, they launched secret research, and they chose not to warn the people inside. Ambassador Walter Stossel developed a rare blood disease. Staff reported elevated cancer rates. The Soviets were running an experiment on the building. The CIA decided to run one too, on its own people. Did you know the deadliest peacetime shipwreck in history killed more than 4 times the number of people who died on the Titanic? December 20th, 1987. The Philippine ferry MV Doña Paz was moving through the Tablas Strait, carrying roughly twice its legal passenger limit. The crew was reportedly watching a movie. Then it struck an oil tanker. Both ships ignited. A burning oil slick spread across the water, surrounding everyone trying to escape. Over 4,000 people died. Only 26 survived. And almost no one in the Western world knows its name. That silence is its own kind of horror. Did you know the FBI drugged a man before sending agents to kill him? Fred Hampton was 21 years old. He was the chairman of the Illinois Black Panther Party. Smart, magnetic, dangerous to the wrong people. The night of December 3rd, 1969, an FBI informant slipped a barbiturate into his drink, then handed federal agents a detailed floor plan of his apartment. At 4 in the morning, they came. Nearly 100 shots were fired. 99 came from law enforcement. 1 came from inside. The government called it a raid. The evidence called it something else. Did you know the shots that started World War I were fired by a man who had already given up? On the morning of June 28, 1914, Gavrilo Princip and his group tried to assassinate Archduke Franz Ferdinand. The attempt failed. Bombs thrown. Nothing landed right. Princip walked to a nearby deli, convinced the mission was over. Then Ferdinand's motorcade took a wrong turn. The driver stalled. The car stopped directly in front of him. Princip fired twice. 17 million people would die because of a wrong turn. Did you know the United States built a secret nuclear base inside Greenland without telling Denmark it was hiding missiles there? In 1960, the army tunneled deep into the ice sheet and built a fully operational city. Reactors, weapons, hundreds of soldiers, all buried under the glacier. When they abandoned it in 1967, they left behind radioactive waste, diesel fuel, and biological sewage. They assumed the ice would swallow it forever. It won't. Climate scientists now calculate those materials will resurface within decades as Greenland melts, and no country has ever legally claimed responsibility. The ice kept the secret. The melt will end it. Did you know the US government watched 5,000 people get gassed to death and then spent the next few weeks figuring out who to blame it on? March 1988, Halabja, northern Iraq. Saddam Hussein's planes dropped mustard gas and nerve agents on a Kurdish city. Children died in the streets. Families collapsed in doorways. It was the largest chemical weapons attack on civilians in recorded history. The Reagan administration knew. They were backing Iraq against Iran, and they needed that alliance to hold. So they made a choice. State Department cables from that week show officials pushing the idea that maybe Iran did it, or helped, or shared some responsibility. The evidence didn't support it. They pushed it anyway. The US then blocked a UN Security Council statement condemning Iraq, 5,000 bodies, and Washington's first instinct was to protect the man responsible. That's not a conspiracy theory. It's in the documents. Did you know a doctor once ran a secret government program to develop race-specific bioweapons and then just went back to practicing medicine? His name was Vuta Basson. In the 1980s, South Africa's apartheid government gave him a mandate: suppress black birth rates, engineer poisons for targeted assassinations, explore pathogens that could kill based on race alone. The program was called Project Coast. When apartheid fell, the program was quietly buried. In 2002, Basson faced 67 charges. He was acquitted of every single one, not because it didn't happen, because the new government looked at the full cost of accountability and decided it was too high. Did you know one of Canada's most decorated military officers was secretly filming his own crimes for years? Russell Williams commanded the country's largest Air Force base. He flew the Queen. He flew the Prime Minister. He was exactly the kind of officer people pointed to and said, "That man represents us." Then tire tracks in the snow matched his truck to a murder scene. Police brought him in for questioning. Over 3 hours, a detective laid down one piece of evidence at a time, and Williams confessed to everything, on camera. The man who carried heads of state had been a monster the entire time.